Hello everyone. How are you all doing today? Happy Friday. I hope you're all doing good and you are ready to read the Course in Miracles lesson with me. Yesterday's lesson 232, says, "Be in my mind, my Father, through the day." It's so important to use this every single day of your life, of the year, right? And this is as every day should be, they say, right? And you just always remember that something that is bigger than you, right? Something that is your source, right? Something that brings you everything. And something is the right mind, right? The right mind, and you keep it in your mind, right? Because everything is in your mind, right? And when you keep your source, the right mind in your mind, right? It's like everything is being changed. That's the healing, right? You cannot be angry or be fearful when you keep the name of your source in your mind, right? Because it's love. You cannot be in fear when you keep love in your mind. When you keep in your mind that you are love, that love created you, right? And there is no longer room for guilt, yeah, for fear, for anxiety, depression, all those things like that, right? That's why it's so important to remember, right? It's so important to keep focus on the right mind, right? To identify with the right mind. What does it even mean to identify with the right mind? When you choose to focus on something that you want, not on something that you don't want, right? Because why would you focus on something that you don't want, right? Because ego is constantly bringing these dark thoughts, right? What if this can happen? What if that can happen? I don't want to focus on these type of thoughts, right? I have this power to choose. I have this power to make this choice, right? And it's so great to realize that, right? It's so great to realize that actually it's up to me to decide what I feel, what I think, uh what's the best day of my life, yeah, what's the day I'm going to have, right? And the thing we are doing according to A Course in Miracles, right, that you go inside, right, you go inside in your mind and you focus on something that you want, right? That's why there is no need to ask for nothing when you pray, right? Because you just, if you find yourself to be in fear, you just bring this fear immediately, like right away. No need to delay this thing, right? No matter where you are, no matter even like other people are around you, right? You just do this right away, immediately, like this moment when you happen to be fear. The quicker you can catch yourself, right, that you are in fear, the better for you, right? And you just, when you pray, you just bring all your fears, yeah, that you have to the light, to the right mind, and you just let them go. You stop trying to find a solution. You stop to worry about what can happen and things like that. You just let them go because you bring them to the light, right? And the next thing you do is like you focus on something that you want, right? And you go inside, yeah, you brought all these fears, and there is the room for something like love and joy and peace, right? Because how can you bring peace in your mind if it's full of fear, anxiety, and all other dark stuff, right? That's why you just need to let them go first, right? And the next step you do is like, you know what, I choose on something that I want. And I do love this type of question, like, what is your favorite best day of your life? Yeah, what is the day? How do you see the day of your dream life? Yeah, it's like, how do you see the best day of your life? What are you doing? How do you feel? And so I choose to imagine the world in my mind that I want, yeah, and I choose to focus on it. Maybe some people can call it delusional or stuff, I don't know, wherever you name it. It's like, um you choose what you wanna to focus on, you know? You have this power, and this is the only power you have in this illusory world. Because if you think that you can focus on dark things and thoughts, how can you get something good out of it, right? You're gonna get only like more and more dark thoughts and things, right? That's why, can I just focus on something good, even if it's just in my mind, right? And the more I'm doing this, the more I see that things that are happening to me, they are positive, they are good, right? People are good to me, people are friendly to me, the world is friendly to me, right? I don't want to focus on something negative, because that's my power, yeah, to choose what I want to focus on. And when I do that, I even remember the what's his name, George Dispenza, right? He always says, like, even in his books, like, you just need to be stronger than your surroundings, than your environment, right? And even if there are terrible things that seemingly happening around you or even in your body, yeah, because people with different kind of heavy diagnosis, yeah, are coming to him to meditate, right? And the first thing he's telling them, like, how can you, like, keeping this cycle of negative and dark thoughts in your mind to expect that something good can happen out of it, right? The first thing you do is just change your focus, right? And you focus on something that you want. And he brought his daughter experience, yeah, like an example. And he said, like, she wanted to be a trainer and to have some vacation time, yeah, somewhere in Europe, right? And he was like, yeah. And the first call she got was like, oh yeah, you can get this vacation, but you gotta pay for that. And she said, thank you for your offer, but yeah, she was focused on something that she wants, right? And it was like, it took some time, right? And she was like, no, I'm not gonna think this way, that I had to accept that offer, right? Now she kept like focusing on something that she wanted. And in a few weeks she got the call, yeah, from that vacation place, and she went there and even made money, right? She was working there, she was having a vacation for free and even like getting paid, right? And that's the thing, you just need to be stronger than your environment. And even he was bringing examples of people who were diagnosed with heavier diseases, right? And he was telling them, like, you know what, you need to focus on what you want. You need to focus on how would you feel if you were healthy, yeah, and happy and feel fantastic, right? And that's what he was telling all these people to focus on. That's why all this spirituality is like, it's actually really important what you choose to focus on. You just forgot that you have this power, right? You have this power. And yeah, you need to train your mind. That's why we are doing this lessons work, right? You need to train your mind to focus on good, because untrained mind is like a monkey, right? Like monkey can go and wander wherever it wants, yeah, and even get lost in the darkness, right? That's why you need to train your mind to focus on things that you want, right? You choose things, you choose thoughts, you choose emotions, you choose feelings on what you want to have, right? And you just you are easy at letting go. You are letting go easily all of the negative and dark thoughts you may have, because we are still programmed to think this way, right? And people are so attached to bad things, to bad thoughts, to the idea of conflict, right? Unfortunately. uh, that's why it's so boring when everything is good, right? We want peace, but at the same time we want action, right? Because when there is nothing like happening, we feel bored, right? That's why it's so like interesting, like you should choose, right, for yourself what you want, right? And I don't believe that you can get bored being at peace, being happy, uh, enjoying the moment. It's like you cannot get bored of having fun or having sex. You cannot get bored of that things, right? How can you get bored of having happiness, right? And that's what we need to choose. It's up to us to choose, right? And that's a good thing, by the way, to remember that I have this power, and I, as spirit, right, I choose to focus on something. And I like this example of Gary Renard as well. Like he is bring this example, like imagine yourself as three parts of the mind, right? The first one is ego's mind, yeah. The first one, because it's always loud and speaking first, right? And the third part of your mind is the Holy Spirit, where the Holy Spirit dwells, right? And in between you choose, right? The part of the mind that chooses, that makes all the decisions and choices, right? And you are sitting and watching some movie, right? And you decide what side you're gonna take, yeah, to look through. Do you decide to choose to watch this movie through the ego's eyes, or you decide to choose to see, yeah, this movie through the Holy Spirit's eyes, yeah, through the right mind's eyes? And it's great that even if you made the wrong choice, that's all right. That's also okay. You just need to choose again. That's it. You choose again to identify and to watch this movie through the right mind eyes. Yeah, how Holy Spirit sees it, right? And let Him interpret everything that you watch on the screen, right? Instead of blaming all those actors who are playing out, yeah, their roles, you just go to the projector and bring this to the light, yeah, and like, you know what, yeah, it's in me, right? I am the projector, yeah, of all of those movies, right? And it's not even you who is changing the projector, yeah? It's Holy Spirit who is doing this through you, right? That's what we are doing. And that's actually not an easy thing to do, to focus on good. And it's an interesting thing. It's like contradictory thing, you know? We want good things, but we are so invested in bad things, you know? We want happiness, but we are suffering. We want to be saved, but we don't want to do nothing to have this salvation, right? It's like the son of I don't remember his name, yeah. He has the son like that, like we want to be saved, but nobody wants to do nothing for salvation, yeah, or something like that. It's like you just need to choose that part of your mind that makes all the choices. You just need to choose, right? To make this decision, like, you know what? Yeah, I choose to focus on something good that I want, right? And I need to be stronger than my environment, like Joe Dispenza says, right? Because, and probably it may help you to be stronger, right? Because you don't put your faith into the ego, yeah, into the ego's body, right? Because body is weak, right? Is not trustworthy. You cannot trust the body, right? Anybody, anybody, right? I'm not saying about trust your brother, right? I'm saying about this physical body, like image, yeah? How can you put my trust and my faith into this physical image, right? And that's the thing. When you put your trust and faith, yeah, into the God's strength in you, that's when you are getting powerful and you can be stronger than your environment, right? Because you no longer put the trust in the physical world, right? Why would I invest like so much in this physical world if like it's not bringing me nothing that I want, right? I would rather focus on something beyond this world that I do want, right? And actually, that's how it works. The more you choose to focus on something good that you want, yeah, you start to notice more thoughts and things and people around you that actually you want, right? And yeah, you just can have this experience, like if you keep something in your mind and you meet it in the outer world. Can you imagine? It's like, yeah. And if I focus on something that I want, that's what I receive in the outside world, right? That's what's happening. All right, so yeah, and one more thing I wanted to say is like the the thing that we are investing too much in dark thoughts, right? Uh, it's also about forgiveness, right? Because when we happen to think with the ego, we just forgive ourselves, right? And we always forgive only ourselves, right? We forgive our perception, or should I say misperception, right? Because we believed in ego's thoughts and we invested into them. We put all our trust and faith into that, and we just got like abandoned here because we thought that it's gonna bring something good to us, but it didn't, right? That's why we just forgive ourselves, right? Forgive. That's why we need forgiveness in this physical world, right? Okay, so now the that was the previous lesson, yeah. Being my mind, my father through the day. We need to keep our focus on something that we want. We need to keep our focus on our source, right? And to identify with the source, right? Because uh, God, who is your father, yeah, is your source, right? And I'm actually doing this because I just realized, like a few maybe days or weeks, yeah, ago, that I still believe that my blessings can come only out of this world, yeah? Why would I put my trust into this illusory physical world things, right? Or people? Um, and I started refocusing my trust into my source. My blessings are coming from my source, and they are always with me, right? They can they are never like blocked, yeah, they are always coming to me easily, yeah. That's what I choose to focus. My blessings are coming from my source, right? And now I'm going to read the next lesson 233. I give my life to God to guide today. It's actually like the previous one, the same, right? But with other words, right? I give my life to God to guide today. Actually, again, I choose to focus on my source. I choose to put my trust into my source, right? Not into some people or situations that already like let me down before, right? That's why I choose to put all my trust into my source, who is God, right? I give my life to God to guide today. He is my guidance, He is my source, right? And the next block that I can see in here is looking like praying. Father, I give you all my thoughts today. I would have none of mine. Wow. Can you imagine yourself like having only thoughts that God is thinking with you? Wow, it would be great, right? In place of them, give me your own. I give you all my acts as well, that I may do your will instead of seeking goals which cannot be obtained, and wasting time in vain imaginings. Wasting time in vain imaginings. That the thing we are seeing, the things we are seeing with our physical eyes are just imaginings, right? Or images, right? Today I come to you, Father, right? I will step back and merely follow you. Be you the guide, and I the follower who questions not the wisdom of the infinite, nor love whose tenderness I cannot comprehend, but which is yet your perfect gift to me. Today we have one guide to lead us on, and as we walk together, we will give this day to Him with no reverse at all. This is His day. This is His day. And so it is a day of countless gifts and mercies unto us. Mercies unto us. I still remember that example from a Christian Miracles, like each time when you feel like attacking your brother, just remember that you're like holding this sword, like above your head, something like that, as I'm not wrong. Yes, something like that. I may be using wrong words, but the idea is like this. Yeah, like, well, you think that you're attacking your brother, that you're actually punishing yourself, right? You are killing yourself. You are like making yourself suffer. Yeah. And that's why we need to remember that I give this mercy to unto me, yeah, because I have this mercy unto me. You know why? Because I give mercy to my brother, right? And today is the day of God, yeah. We keep Him in our mind. We remember that He's our source, yeah. He is our guidance, yeah. He's taking care of everything, and again, we choose to focus on something that we want, and we want our source to take care of us. We want to be happy, and we want to have inner peace, right? That's what we choose today to practice, right? Okay, have a great day of practicing today's idea. Hope you're gonna do this, yeah, and you're gonna feel good when you practice this idea, because it's like these lessons are immediately bringing you into your right mind, into the right mind, right? And just remember to practice this idea along the day, throughout the day, yeah, during the day. So yeah, anyway, today again we choose to focus on the source, yeah, that we are being taken care of by, and we are being guided by our source. And today's idea, I give my life to God to guide today. That's what we practice today. All right. Thank you for watching my videos if you are, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.